Alright guys, so this video is gonna be a quick one. I just wanna explain what actually happened here and what I told you guys that will happen by the time the price will come to this point. So I actually made a video about this previously, I think about 2 days ago or 3 days ago, where I was telling you guys that even though everybody was calling the market to go bullish, that I'm basically speculating that the market is temporarily gonna drop to a moment before it starts rising. And then I actually marked this point that I see right here as the point where the market is likely going to drop to. And you can see that after a few days, that has practically been confirmed. Even though we haven't really touched that point yet, but we can see that this has already been confirmed because the price has literally retraced to that point. Now, by the end of this video, I'm going to give maybe like 3 different assets you can trade in crypto market to actually make good amount of money every single day. Now let's increase this to about 1 day time frame, right? Or yeah, let's put it 1 day time frame because that's basically where I did the analysis on, right? So you can see clearly based on the analysis I did that time, I told you guys that clearly the market is practically going to touch this point before we have any potential reason to actually think of going upwards. That even though the market is saying upwards or has an uptrend motion in it, that at the moment, at that time, it didn't actually have anything that should convince us to actually go long. Right now, you could have traded whatever you wanted to trade over here. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you make profit, sometimes you make loss. It's cool, right? But when we got to, when the market started behaving like this, I speculated, I called it, I said, hey, this market is likely going to drop to a point before it could actually start going up. And you can see that practically what happened, right? And to be honest, it could actually still drop more. It could actually still drop maybe somewhere more than this and probably hit this fair value gap over here or something like that, okay? So it could do that, but regardless, this is where we are at right now, okay? So yeah, so if you haven't actually watched that video, I'm going to link it to this particular video, so you go ahead and watch that video. It's gonna help you a lot to know how to do analysis like this. All right, so sometimes too much noise in the market doesn't necessarily mean that the direction of where the noise is pushing to is where it's going to go to, right? Sometimes it means the opposite as well. So I also did the same thing for BTC, if you guys remember that as well. So let's quickly go to BTC USDT and see exactly what happened over there, right? So you can see clearly that my BTC USDT smashed its profit. Now some of you might ask me, okay, so if you actually predicted it's gonna go down, why did you take your profit so early? Well, the truth is that the market already has its potential, or let's say its drive to go uptrend, right? Now, me going downtrend seems counterintuitive, right? But I knew that the market is likely going to retrace to a point, but to which point I was not so certain, right? So that basically means that I decided to take the trade and take my profit, because I was not, to be honest, I was not constantly looking at my chart, right? I'm busy. I'm a busy person. I have other things I'm doing, right? So I couldn't possibly stay on my chart every single day to look at it. So I just had to put my take profit where I'm sure the price will hit, and that is what I did, right? Now, had it been that I still had my chart every single day, I would trail this profit. I would gather as much profit as possible. Now, trailing this profit might probably mean that I'm going to be closing my trade somewhere here, right? Which is not even that far from where I took my trade, right? So if you look at it, the difference is not really that far. And the reason why I would have done that is because there was a sign of market actually, turning back upwards to go upwards, right? So if you look at it, you guys said that this is a higher high, right? But it still didn't work. It started dropping again and stuff like that, okay? So all these things are things that you face when you come to the market. There's never a trade that is 100% true or 100% right, okay? But this is it, okay? So quickly, let's go ahead and see 3 different assets you can trade when you want to trade cryptocurrency and make good money from it. Now we've already talked about 2 of them, which number 1 is BTC. As you can see over here, BTC USDT is practically the father of all, or let's say the mother of all cryptocurrencies, whatever you want to call it, okay? And quickly, let's go ahead and take a look at the other one over here, which is called the ETH USDT. So this is the second one over here, and finally you can go for the last one. Now I want you to know that these 3 cryptocurrencies are not the only ones you can trade on if you want to make, you know, proper money from this market or stuff like that. But they are basically the drivers of the crypto market. Okay, so the last one we're gonna be taking a look at, for me, is BNB USDT, right? So some people like to go for Solana, right? Solana is also a good one, but to me, BNB USDT is a good one as well. You can see probably that there is quite a very good market movement from it as well. So when the market is going in a particular trend, the chances of that trend continuing for a while is high. And when it's going to a downtrend, as you can see right here, the chances of that trend continuing as well for a while is high. So imagine being a person who actually took your downtrend position maybe somewhere here. Maybe let's say you're a day trader and, you know, this happened, you took your downtrend position over there, and you're probably gonna making a lot of money from here. Okay, now maybe you are not a day trader, you're a long-term trader, and clearly we have this break on the 200 EMA. You took your position going downward, but I personally don't really trade with the EMA. This EMA is just here for support. Most of the time I actually just go ahead and put it off because I don't like putting any indicator on my chart. I feel like those are disturbances, right? I don't like disturbance whenever I'm trading, so I mostly take all those things off, right? So my best tool is ETH and BTC, right? So let me go back there, right? Those are my best two, and those are the two I trade with most of the time. So yeah, so what do you think about this? Is this something, you know, that is beneficial? So don't forget to actually watch the video I did analysis on this whole thing. I'm gonna link it in this video so you can check the video out and see exactly what we did that day and how it worked out. All right, see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care.